everyone, and welcome to Season 1, Episode 5, Take 1 of Confessions of an Average Golfer by the Lazy Lobbers. I'm SJ.
I'm OP.
I'm SL.
And we are the Lazy Lobbers.
Welcome back.
How's everyone going?
I thought we did that after. I thought we opened the can after
Go
we
with
said
it.
that.
Improv.
But, yeah, cool. Cheers, guys.
So this is Episode 5, isn't it?
Episode 5.
This is like the podcast equivalent of Third Base, I reckon. If you're still listening now, you're committed.
I was going to say, we're approaching like 500 downloads or something. I was like, that's getting pretty mega.
Mm-hmm.
Swipe up links coming shortly.
Yeah, still got a while to get there, haven't we?
Really sad.
Just 9,800 more followers. Anyone can help us out, that'd be great.
God loves a trier, as they say. So given that we're now into Episode 5, I thought we should maybe try and spruce things up a bit, keep it fresh. I've come up with a new segment, and I'd like to call it Hole 101. So, but Room 101 is quite a niche reference. So it's a show with Frank Skinner that ran from like 2004 to 2007, something really niche. But the principle is you basically put things you hate into Room 101. So it's the golfing equivalent. So things that you just cannot stand. Hole 101. So
Patrick Reed in.
He is lieutenant of the. He is literally course marshal for Hole 101.
Yeah.
He runs the place.
But so it's like an opportunity to get things off the chest, like really relatable things. And I was thinking about this, and I thought, gosh, where do I start? And I realized like quite quickly that I'm a bitter old twisted guy that hates so many things in life. But so Patrick Reed, obviously straight in there, followed by rangefinders. Oh, contentious.
Yeah, to be discussed about it be added onto the competition floor.
Like, yeah, that's it. I mean, the first thing I want to put in Hole 101, right, is the 6:15 or 6 a.m. IG membership app tee time booking at the golf club.
Yeah.
In Hole 101.
We probably have to put a bit of context to the listeners with that, because that's the bane of our lives, isn't it?
Right. Imagine joining a golf club where they tell you at the start you have to book your tee time. So it's 2 weeks in advance. That's fairly normal. But what did it start at originally? What was it? Was it 6:30?
I think it was always 6, wasn't it?
Or whatever. But it kind of then people complained, and it went to 6:45 for a bit, and then it dropped back for a while. But imagine having to get up to book your tee time at that time in the morning.
We were getting it, and within honestly 30 seconds, the whole of the day's tee times were gone. And if you weren't on the ball at 5:59 seconds and if it didn't crash, the stress, I could never get back to sleep afterwards because I'd get so stressed about getting in.
Yeah. That's my point. It's easier to get a ticket for Glastonbury than it is to get a tee time at the Bedfordshire Golf Club. So look, firstly, I'm so pro booking tee times. The thought of just having a roll up, this could be another thing to discuss. The thought of having a roll up on a Saturday
gives me anxiety.
You just get to the tee, you're like, see you later, honey. Yeah, going to play at about 10 o'clock. You get there, there's 50 lads on the tee box all waiting to play, and you actually tee off at 2 p.m. It sounds like mitre of hell. So booking tee time, totally pro that. Yeah. Loads of new members during coronavirus, fine, pro that, good for the golf club. Why everyone has to get up at 5:59 and 59 seconds 2 weeks before to book a tee time makes no sense. So to put that in real terms, if you want to play on a Sunday, you have to get up at 5:59 the previous Saturday to book your tee time.
No, previous Sunday. 2 previous Sundays.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can see how much I get up.
On the Sunday morning, yeah.
But you get the gist. You've had a long week, and you've got to get up at 5:59 on a weekend to book your tee time. And so we asked the committee, hopefully they're not listening, we said, why have it at that time? And the answer is, because if you have it later, everyone else is playing golf. Incorrect.
It's ridiculous.
Just put it in the evening. Just make it 7 p.m. No one is playing golf in the winter.
My problem with that is obviously the time is not great, but also how do they make it any better? I think they've probably oversubscribed. I mean, we all know we've got a massive wait. It's got 100 member waiting list trying to join the club. Yeah. And that means that basically everyone that's now playing is literally all they want to do is play, because everything that's gone on with not being able to. Everyone is now trying to play. So it's almost like they've screwed themselves over by having too many members. So then the booking app is just ridiculous. They can't fix it now.
But there is a solution. Like, and I've said this to the president as well. You just phase the times. You just release some at 6. And then
do you not think
release
that's?
some at half
I think
7.
that's. I think the same thing will happen though. Everyone will try and book
any
at the same
6?
time.
What this is not about how many people are booking. Why are we all doing it at 6 a.m. when we could all do it at 6 p.m.? It would make,
because you have to appease the original members. There's 50, 60-year-old men that are happy and don't sleep and get up at 4 a.m. that are happy to book it at 6 a.m. Let's just be a bit more inclusive and phase it in. It is.
I would say that 6 a.m. is probably as an extreme a time as midnight. It's that level of weirdness. 6 a.m. on a Saturday is as weird as midnight on a Friday.
6 a.m. on a Sunday is worse, to be fair.
No, what's that about?
I knew we had issues about this, but I didn't know you were so
well,
you know.
To be fair,
anti.
SJ managed to get up for about 1 out of 10 of them. So
exactly, you never get up anyway.
But then it's
I would
social
say
guilt.
I've got an unblemished record of getting up at 6 a.m. for the lads. SL's on about 6 out of 10. SJ is on genuinely 1 out of 10.
Yeah, and it hurts because I feel like I'm letting the lobbers down, but I just can't do it.
You always are. You always do in that sense.
I'm just not an early riser.
You just never book.
Right. Okay. Anyway, I'm revved up now. So that was number 1.
It's only 10 to 11.
Yeah, I've been up 7 hours trying to book a tea time. So it's an absolute joke. Okay, second one in there. People that take their golf game far, far too seriously. Like, I know I've spoken about this before, but people that get really angry, hit their club on the floor, throw their club. Like, I just don't have any time for you. Hole 101.
Yeah. It makes you feel awkward, doesn't it? It makes you feel really awkward if someone's really not having a good time and you're just trying to have living your best life.
It's just not cool. It is, as you say, it's so awkward. Someone's positively fuming, and you're just like, it's better than being at work, isn't it?
There's this guy at my old golf club. I won't name names, but most of the people listening will know who this person is. And he's actually very good. And he plays off scratch. And I played with him once.
Is this Angry John?
Said golf club. And I was playing this round with him once, and he was 5 under. And the course record was 6 under. I mean, he was 5 under through 15 or something like that. And I didn't know him that well at the time. And he got to the 16th hole, and he said to the guy that we were playing with, who I just love. I actually went to school with his daughter. He's just a really nice guy. But he turned to him, the guy that was in 5 under, and went, "What shall I hit here?" After the whole round, never asking. Like, why would you ask anyone when you're that good? The other guy plays off like 15 as well. So it's kind of a bit weird. And he said, "I probably wouldn't hit driver here." And he said, "Oh yeah, I'll take iron." And he took a driving iron out, sliced it out of bounds. And then he literally threw his club. He then took a provisional, and the provisional went out of bounds as well. He just, like, he's renowned for throwing clubs, snapping clubs. He got banned from the club for snapping clubs in a competition. But he then started throwing clubs down the 17th, 16th. Like, he just completely lost his head.
That's mad, isn't it?
Don't want to play with him.
No one does.
That's crazy.
I hope he doesn't listen.
Angry John.
always wondering why he's never getting a game, and he's so good.
Did you see that video clip that had resurfaced after Spieth's doing quite well at Pebble Beach about him getting really pissed off at his caddy like a few years ago?
No.
He literally, I think he hits one over the top. For us lads, it's probably quite a good shot. It lands about 5 yards off the back in the rough, and he like storms off down the fairway and was like, "Fuck's sake, that's the second time you've given me the wrong yardage. I've hit a perfect shot." And like, he's got the mics near him, and everyone, and then the commentator like, "Yep, he's not very happy at his caddy there." And I was like, "That's so like literally like chucked his club at, not chucked his club at him, but like gave it back to him, like not as they normally would." And it's just he got in a bit hot water for that. But yeah, that sort of stuff. I know that's maybe different. Yeah, room 101, but for amateur golf like us lads,
Hole 101.
Yeah, it's not on, is it?
Sorry.
It sucks. No sorries in this team. As you guys will know, no sorries in this team. I mean, I kind of had I had more. I mean, other ones that they've got one that's really quite relevant and is bugging me. But I've also got one that's for the kind of the non-golfer, but related to a golf trip. Like hole 101, hiring a car. Have you ever done anything more annoying and upsetting than trying to hire a car? Like, has it ever gone well?
I've actually had okay experience.
Disagree.
But I hate doing it because every time you get there, they try and charge you 4 times the price and explain it in sort of broken English, how that it's super relaxed and all that.
So
this will make you laugh. Say that, isn't it? This is the story I sell. So when I went to like this really cool trip that we'll never do again, probably to Ollie's house, and we played loads of golf in Spain. We hired a car, and well, both had a car. Ollie was all cool. Mine, for some reason, I just maybe suck at hiring cars. I get to the desk, and the long story short is the guy secretly sold me super relax insurance, but like added it on and made it look like a deposit that you get back. So it was only like 3 days in that I realized that I'd paid for super relax insurance, as it was known, which was like fully comprehensive, for like 5 times the price of the actual hire of the car, and I was super unrelaxed.
It was like you'd done your credit card before, and the credit card didn't work. So you'd specifically taken out a credit card, hadn't you? But yeah, they're just pirates, aren't they? Absolute cowboys, all of them.
Avis, hole 101.
Yeah, and you always get a Fiat 500 XL, don't you? So
it's the worst car I've ever driven. 1 litre Fiat 500 XL. Extra headroom for the taller gentleman. The final thing. So as you know, right, this is going to ruin sponsorship opportunities for us. But I just American Golf. American Golf.
I saw the message in the group.
American Golf. It goes from bad to worse. So I'm currently in an absolute customer services feud with American Golf because I bought Dad a hybrid for Christmas. Got him the wrong one. So needed to send it back, but this is obviously all the stores are closed, so did an online delivery, and I went to return it, and I also bought those hedgehog wheels. You know, we've got to have hedgehog wheels at the golf club for your trolley. Bought a set of those separately, wrong size, annoyingly. And so I go to send them back, and it's like to return an item to American Golf is £5.60 for return shipment per parcel. And they're like, oh, super! We've got a super good collaboration with DPD, £5.60 per parcel. You go on it, and it's like insured to £50. Like, what item are you buying from American Golf that costs less than £50? Not many, right? It's pointless. So Dad's club, I think, was £150. So it's like, right, £5.60 to put back, but it's actually £9.70 if you want to insure it. Annoying. You've already paid £5 to have it shipped there. Annoying. So I was just like, I refuse to stare down the barrel of this like £15 worth of like returns fees for like. I was like, so I emailed customer service and like, when the store's open, can I just bring it back into store? It's like, yeah, I'll just do a return there. They emailed back and they were like, sorry, did you buy it online? I was like, yeah, I bought it online. They're like, well, then you can't return it to store. It's like, well, the website doesn't say that. They're like, no. If you bought it in store before Christmas, that's fine. Take it back to store. If you bought it online, don't. And I was like, oh my.
Do you know what that is for sure? That returns policy screams a Sports Direct. It's identical. It does. Because I bought shoes from there once and wanted to take them back, and I just drove to the store to return them. And like, bought it online. You have to return it online.
What is that?
Room,
what does that mean?
room 101, room 101, green 101. Anyway, genuinely any returns. Whole 101.
Yeah.
Any returns though, not even just American Golf. I hate returning things. I'd rather keep it.
Well, this is pretty much where we're at. So you know what's happened, right? So I've been locked in this duel with customer services, and in the end, I thought this exchange went on for so long that she then emailed me back. Right, this is the kick of the story. And she went, "Sorry, you're now outside the returns window."
Oh, that's ridiculous, isn't it?
I was like, "Sorry, I'm outside the returns window because I've been emailing you 95 times." So what I've done is, right, I just gone, right, fuck it, I'm going to post it back. So I've just sent them back to American Golf, even though they've told me expressly that I've got to keep them now, just in the hope that they just take them back and give me the money.
You know, there's no chance you'll get any money. You're going to have no club and no money now.
I did think that. I thought, oh my God. And then I sent DPD, and then I got a text 2 days later, and it was like, text from American Golf, your order is arriving shortly. And I was like, they've posted
They've sent it back.
I was like, they've sent it back. Anyway, what turns out is that it was DPD telling me that it actually got back to the depot. So we'll wait and see what comes out of it. But shit me, that's infuriating.
It's the same as this watch. It's just started like weirdly, like, oh, you can't hear it, but like ticking.
Yeah,
I've had it a month.
yeah.
I hate watches that tick. That's so annoying.
I knew you'd say that. And they were like, yeah, it's fine. We'll send you a brand new one. Brilliant. But you just have to pay to send that other one back. What? I bought it 2 months ago for an obscene amount of money.
Yeah.
And you want me to pay £10 to send it back so you can send me a
delivery
new one?
costs in any sense of the word is going straight.
Yeah, it's just get to know ASOS.
Yeah.
Probably making no money, but yeah, totally. And I mean, the other thing on American Golf, just while the vendetta continues, we had some feedback from one of our listeners, Mikey Blanchard, who he bought a set of clubs from American Golf before Christmas, new set of irons. They've only sent him 2 of the irons, and they've just said the others aren't in stock yet.
I thought, are they not the wrong irons as well? I thought he ordered P770s.
Well, so he's got like a 6
they sent him
iron and a 9
P7 MBs.
No, I think they sent him the right ones, but he just didn't have all of the irons. And it also has taken him until now to get his putter delivered from American Golf that he ordered before Christmas.
Do you know what? Let's just pledge. Let's not generate any revenue for American Golf. You're all shite. If you work for American Golf, you're shite. Get in the bin. You're shite.
That's the Scotsman in you coming through there. Just fuming, just rubbish. So straight in room 101. Hole 101. You're going to have a lot of editing to do, Ollie. Straight in hole 101.
Nice.
Yeah, well done. I feel like this week started off on a bit of a bit on the left foot, a bit angry.
It's quite funny, isn't it? Because we normally try and put segments in that we actually like disagree with each other, but we're all just talking about things that we all hate.
Right, can I just say one thing, actually? I've been watching the Pebble Beach this weekend. It's only been 2 days, but why did none of us say that we want to play Pebble Beach?
I think I did.
Did you? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I think so.
Take that back then.
But
Was it like $500 or something to
Is
play
it?
Pebble? I don't know. We've got to.
It's really sadly. I was there 2 years ago. It's I think it's $387 plus compulsory caddy at like 120. I thought it was. So yeah, round numbers was like $500 just to get you off the tee.
Do you see that?
Plus the $500 worth of Pro V1s that you'll be losing trying to play around the East Coast of America.
So I did see this like video on Instagram once of this guy. He was like avid golfer, and his girlfriend was having a
correction West Coast.
And his girlfriend was like, "Sorry, you've just spent $500 on a game of golf," and he's like, "Yep." And she's like, "And what's this other $200?" It's my new polo shirt from Pebble Beach. Yep. And the $100. Beers.
I couldn't believe the pro shop, how expensive things were. It was an absolute joke. I went in there and I found a really cool belt that was $90, which I thought, oh, gosh, like is the minimum. But everything else was an absolute fortune.
How much was your ball marker that you normally get?
So the ladies, well, obviously it's when you pay $385 a round, it's kind of, you're into luxury territory.
Yeah.
So they just give you the ball markers when you go to tee off. And so the lady was like, oh, like, do you want a couple?
Nice.
Why did you say that? Like she looked at you and was like, you're very attractive, so you can have more than one.
Okay, well, let me just put it another way. So I went into a shop where you have to buy things, and she just gave me the things for free, even though I wasn't playing, even though I was there to buy things. I don't know why that was.
That 19-year-old lad, is it Batia? Did you see him hit 18 out of 18 greens at Pebble Beach? First time in like 12 years. But
really?
But did you see? I just had a look at some of his sort of stuff on the internet. He's like massively like trying to put weight on. He's like 59 kilos and he's 6 foot. He's like he's like Sam Jackson skinny. He's literally
Sam Jackson's not skinny.
Thanks, Sam.
Lad's got timber.
Real sort of 103 kg lad.
Yeah. Really, it really does satisfy me that you weigh more than me.
Yeah, it's true. That's why I hit the ball further though. So.
I can't. Literally all this. I just want to play golf so badly.
Yeah. I know you said last week, like, I really miss golf. That you're so right. The weather's getting better. I was just swinging in the kitchen this morning, and the shoulders still feel loose. Yeah.
Swinging. Wow.
Swinging. The shoulders feel loose. It still feels like there's some resemblance of a swing there.
I feel like I'm going to get back and I'm going to be shooting 110 every single round. I just feel so like out of it.
How rogue would it be just to take a few irons and just go for a walk around said local golf club?
Because it's one of the most anal golf clubs I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, they'd probably be quite cross. It's probably a person a hole. Any other golf club probably fine.
I was going to say the field at my mum and dad's house is ideal, but it's just so wet. The balls will just be plugging everywhere. Get a mower out and just start mowing some fairways.
Must be a dry bit though. Your parents own sort of half of Buckinghamshire, so
wrong county, but yeah.
Sorry, wrong county. Bedfordshire.
Whilst I didn't want to put them in hole 101 because I thought it was a bit strong, but I did want to just have some honest chat quickly about the Penfold stash.
Oh yeah.
So, for those of you that follow on social channels, you'll have seen this week that I did a little order on Penfold. I basically fell victim but fell for the Instagram marketing. Penfold, for anyone that doesn't know, is a really kind of cool retro golf brand. Like I thought they went out of business, frankly. It used to be you'd find a golf when you first started playing it, say Penfold, and it was like 1963. But quite a cool heritage brand, and they'd got some pretty sweet stash, as it seemed, on the Instagram marketing. So went on the website, put an order in, and it was they had a sale on plus like a discount code as well. So things were coming in pretty cheap. And what I ordered was we got a set of golf ball markers, which are really cool. So they're like playing cards. I don't know where they are actually. We'll have to I'll put a picture up on the Instagram afterwards. They're very cool, right? So we've got one for each of the lads, which is cool. The other stash, I just need to review it, and I think I'm not so convinced on, if I'm being honest.
Need to review it. You bought a plain white glove and shoved it in a mustard bottle. I've been fisting a cow.
On that, I want to say we have settled that debate. We had an 80% Kevin Na on that glove, the listeners. And
okay.
SJ, you had the audacity to say that was taken out of context. You've literally just put a photo of your marigold glove, and you've had 48 people say no and about 8 people say yes.
But just imagine it with the right outfit, right? So sorry, just to cut through this.
I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
What I'm not commenting on is the color of that glove, right? So basically, for everyone else that hasn't seen it, it is a bright yellow glove. I've also got a bright blue one, but they were like leather. I'm going to get this wrong. Is it carburetor leather gloves?
It doesn't
matter.
They
were 10 quid.
They're yellow. It's yellow and blue. Why does anything else matter? Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's leather or if it's suede. They're the worst things you've ever purchased.
I'm not biting just yet. So what I'm trying to say is, though, the gloves, regardless of the color, right? They've come, and when you put a glove on, it's just, you can just tell whether it's a nice glove or not. The fit dimensions of this glove they're quite weird. Like, you've got to have really thin fingers and really fat palms to actually kind of get a snug fit on the glove, which is a shame. So that's the first thing. So that's both the gloves. This cap, which Ollie did kindly compliment me on, it looks quite cool. But I would say it's quite budget, like the quality. When you get a pretty crap cap and like the peak's a bit like weird and soft and the shape's just not too good. I mean, in the end, I think the cap was £9, so you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Can it's not
take the cap off cool. Just so I can see from the side? Just want to see what the other way.
Cool. Like, yeah, the side. Cool. I was going to say, I think it looks quite nice. It's like the same for the listeners that again can't see. It's like similar color to our logo and nice white cap, but
they posted it in like in an envelope. Like, who posts a cap in an envelope? So it came, and the peak was like a pancake. And the other thing I bought quite a cool like little sign thing, but it also like looks pretty big on the website, and then it came and it was quite small. So I think overall, I'm just going to say the ball marker is very cool. Everything else, probably wouldn't recommend actually. So it's
You
not
need
in
to-
room.
You do need
it's-
to do a little reopening of those things just to show
Yeah.
show the.
Well, it's not in
influx of
hole
golf.
101, but I wouldn't race out to buy Penfold. If I paid full price for this, I'd have been absolutely raging.
Sorry, carry on.
No, so I think in the end I got it probably like 70% off because it was half price sale plus another. I think I got 30%. No one do the annoying compound maths, but yeah, it was really cheap. If you paid full price, it'd be raging.
So I've got a mate. Shout out Ben Penfold from Cambridge, and
His dad owns Penfold.
I messaged him saying, "Have you seen this golf brand?" Because like thinking of that, would you wear a brand that was your own name? So if the brand was Jackson, and he said that we've got a par 3 course at Cambridge that we used to be able to go out on, and the owner used to just every time he found any Penfold balls, just give it to Ben Penfold, and he just have like hundreds of Penfold balls in his bag. It's quite good actually.
Kevin, na 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 na. Oh, is it Kevin? Yeah.
Theme tune is pending for Kevin Na or Kevin Ya, but we did have some good answers last week actually. But I think from what I can remember, it was people were sort of agreeing with us, I believe. So that's
just on the Kevin Na Kevin Ya
from last week. But we can move into some for this week. Although the one thing that was quite interesting, I need to clear up this. Using a wedge off the green was 40% of people said that they were happy to do that. So, I'm not quite sure whether we were not clear. I'm talking about, on the green. You're literally on the green, taking a fat pancake divot out of the middle of the green with your 52-degree wedge. I think people thought they meant around the fringes. I meant fully on the green. But yeah,
I don't think we were unclear.
I didn't.
When you say on the
fringe.
green, it tends to kind of mean one thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just one place on a golf course where that ball will be.
Patrick Reed was pretty self-explanatory, and then it was almost 50-50 with the novelty head covers and us lads who actually fell on the wrong side of that. So interesting. But this week we've got a few more, as always. So number 1 I've got on the list today, extendable ball retrievers.
Oh, you were asking, for anyone that doesn't know, I've never met anyone that loves finding golf balls quite like SL.
He prefers finding golf balls than playing golf, and that genuinely shows something.
In a year of playing golf with SL, I've never actually walked down the 14th fairway with him. He always drives first and says, "Back in a minute, guys," and then runs through the forest on the right, picking up balls, and then meets you again down at the green.
Well, I'm waiting to see if the lady in the bar is going to tell you off like she did last time.
If anyone's asking how I broke my electric trolley, it was actually running down the 14th hill to go to collect balls, and that's how my trolley snapped in half.
What's the place called that you go and snuffle all your balls up?
I feel this is good. So it's the Badger Hole. So one of the first times we played this course, really quiet, wasn't it? And it's just a hole where everyone slices the ball into the trees. And I just saw a ball. It was like Pro V. It was just sat there. I was like, oh, I'll grab that. And then I went in, and I swear on my life, there was like hundreds of balls, wasn't there? Do you remember the first time we saw it? And we're like, what? What is it? What?
It's because there's a massive sign that says, "Do not, under any circumstance, go into the woods." And SL runs into the woods head first. They start grabbing all the balls.
But then when I was in the woods, I was like picking up all these balls, I stuffed in my pockets. I found this badger hole, and clearly this badger just goes around collecting balls. There was probably about 30 balls at the top, all cleaned, pristine balls just sat at the top of this hole. I was like, what? So I grabbed them all. But the funny thing was, I went back the week after, and it's genuinely a thing, because there were about 7 balls, new balls, that were there in just this kind of little hole next to his hole.
But moving
yes
back,
to extendable ball.
I was going to say extendable ball retrievers, as in you've got it in your bag as like ready for you to, when you get anywhere, just extendo it out.
What does it say about you, right? It screams one of two things, right? It either screams terrible at golf, because you're going to need to extendo arm to get your ball out of a tough spot all the time, or it says you are a little bit cheap because you're going to go and collect balls with your extendo arm, even if you're not actually losing them yourself. So it's not a good look ultimately, is it?
For me, I'm going to start it off with it's a Kevin Na for me. I think
Kevin Na.
Seeing someone fishing with these massive extendo ball, standing there for 20 minutes waiting for people to come through, holding your mates up. I've just seen a tight list for everyone. SL, fucking let 4 groups through now. Please, let's just move on. So for me, it's a Kevin Na.
Yeah, but just to be clear, I don't have one of these.
No, that's
I'm still very
off.
successful. No, I am not far off. That pond on the 15th.
So
I would get one for that actually, but I'm actually Kevin Na for here because one time this guy at my old golf club, he pulled out an extendable fishing pole that he'd like welded one of the ball things onto the end, and it was like it was probably about 14 meters long or something. It was one of the longest, and he was just in the trees like this.
What was he doing in the trees? For anyone watching on YouTube, that looks so dodgy.
Okay, three Kevin Nars to start off. I thought actually, SL, you were going to be a Kevin Yar there, but that's fine. Okay, interesting one. Because of COVID, this has been sort of one of the main changes I've found. How do you feel about putting with the flag in?
I liked it before. I liked it when the rule changes were made. I prefer it, but I don't like it all the time. So
you like having the choice?
I do. The choice is important
you
to
want
me.
your cake
so,
and eat it.
Yeah. Do you know what's an absolute liberty now, or luxury? Is to hear a ball go in a cup.
Yeah.
Like that sound.
I haven't heard it for a
very,
year.
very a long time, more than a year, maybe. It's quite orgasmic sound, that, isn't it?
It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because it's the first time, I guess, ever that the choice is taken away from us amateur golfers, and you have to leave the flag in. And it's sort of, I don't know whether that's, the amount of time I've had it a few times when, it was when the time there was a special ball lifter mechanism that made the ball 1 time out of 10 ping out from about 3 inches.
They put a little trampoline against the flag.
And the crazy thing was at golf club, like, no, if it hits that and bounces out,
doesn't count.
It's not in. Doesn't count.
I actually I lost a hole on match play from that in the competition, and the guy was like, "I'm really sorry," and I was like, "Yeah, what can you do?"
It's a bit of a farce, actually. I'm big time. I can't remember what the question was now, but I'm Kevin Na to having the flag in, Kevin Yar to having the flag out. Definitely.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, last one. I read an article about it, and it just made me think of it. But Top Golf, Kevin Na, Kevin Yar. I read an article about Top Golf in America that they've taken over a par 3 next door to the driving range, the Top Golf driving range, and they're going to make it into a Top Golf par 3. So it's going to be like lights, floodlights, floodlit golf, all of that, like music, like bar, beard going around. I was like, that just sounds like one of the best places in the world, isn't it?
Do you know what? Yes, it absolutely does. Like beer carts, strippers, drinks, just music. Oh, it just sounds like heaven.
That does sound absolutely epic. Top Golf, yes. Kevin Yar, Friday night, Saturday night, down there, skinny jeans on, shirt unbuttoned, with the boys, looking proper ream. Yeah, Kevin Yar.
The one thing that I was just going to bring up that only moves it semi into a debate is some of the people that go there are just.
You mean me with the boys with the skinny jeans on?
No, I'm just meaning that
I've got the crep protect on my jeans.
The absolute pests, teenagers that go there, and that is just the one thing that I just wish there was a bit higher age limit. That sounds so.
If do you know what? If we ever have
Gucci
enough
belt
money to buy a par 3 9-hole course, just imagine what we could do with that. That is a money-making machine. You've got lights, you've got, even on the last hole, you have like a hole-in-one prize, which is, I don't know, a car.
I think it's it's literally a money drain Something
Yeah,
else.
I was sitting there thinking, it sounds like it's going to make zero.
Do you know what I think?
Tatas.
Top Golf, their rate of growth is ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're like,
I
they must make cash.
Spend money to make money.
Money. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is if we ever have enough money, let's create this very, very cool par 3 course.
Do you know which single golf establishment I think has made the most money ever per square foot of real estate?
Mr. Mulligan's Pirate Golf, Milton Keynes.
No, close though. The land the ball on a green game at Alton Towers.
Never seen it.
I've
never been.
Never seen it.
What? Have you ever lived?
No, I've not seen it.
Right, so go to Alton Towers, and it's amazing. So there's a lake at Alton Towers, like in front of this castle bit, and on it they've probably got a floating green that's no more than 3 foot by 3 foot, and you basically pay like £7 a go, and they give you like an 80% golf ball and a club that looks like it's from 1930, and you've got to try and land the ball on the green, and if you do, you get some obscene prize. I can't remember what it is now, but I reckon it's impossible. I imagine trying to hit a pitch wedge 120 onto a 9 foot green with an 80% golf ball with a club that's got no grooves,
and the green's concrete.
And I'm sure that every day someone rows out to the green, scatter some balls on there to make it look like someone's done it, and then just like rows back in.
To get one go.
Yeah, it's like £5 a go.
Really?
Like, it's just. Well, to be honest, you have to have seen it for that to be fun. So, anyway.
Right, that's the end of Kevin R today.
So one thing I'd just like to talk about is our performance on Instagram Reels this week. Because if people haven't been watching, oh my goodness me. SL, how many views did you have?
Oh, I haven't checked. Shall we see?
2,500 something, wasn't it?
Might be near it, yeah. So it was a lot.
For those that haven't seen it, what's the challenge? Has it got a name? So, in short, let's pitch the full story here. You heard us whinge in the other episode about the fact that SL is a little bit of a chimp on our Instagram, and he's always going on. Okay. He's a real chimp on Instagram, and is always going on TikTok challenge videos of like hot girls doing dance challenges, basically. So this week he's decided to recreate one of the challenges himself. And what is the challenge called? They always have a name.
Yeah, silhouette challenge. To be honest, it was solely inspired by OP and his bus it challenge.
So Ollie's done the bus it challenge. Sam's done the silhouette challenge. Clearly, the gauntlet's been laid.
It has.
I've got to try and come up with something.
Really needs to do something.
Genuinely, at one point, I thought we were going to be superstars. There were 500 views in something like just a couple of minutes when we posted that, and I was like, lads. And every time I refreshed, it was like another 150.
The algorithm is so screwed up for like Reels and TikTok stuff. Like the whole, I've had a bit of experience with this. If you don't know about TikTok, so during lockdown,
how many TikTok views have you had?
So during lockdown and furlough, I ended up doing a really it was just what my old dog used to spin round, and I just put some silly song to it, and I ended up I think it was a couple of days later on 2.2 million views. 2.2 million views.
It's unbelievable.
And things I was at the stage, and I was like checking like every couple of seconds to see how many, and every time I was doing it, I was getting like another 1.5 thousand views, 2,000 views, and then I ended up with nearly 8,000 followers on the back of this on TikTok. And so it's just the algorithm. Just once it kicks off and people start finishing the video, and the next person finishes, you just blow up. And I think that's what happened with SLs, but on just a smaller scale.
I genuinely thought I'm going to retire. I'm going to retire and become his manager, and just that'll be me set for life.
But do you know what though? The Lazy Lobbers just gives me a platform where I can really express myself, and that's the danger.
You were nervous
really
as well,
the danger.
You were nervous about releasing it. And I was like, you just can't be nervous about that.
The thing is,
it's like an expose, isn't it?
It's a bit weird. Like, it's quite a mysterious video because weirdly you're wearing like a shirt with shorts and socks and glasses, and you do like a really quite seductive and sultry pose against the door, which makes me think you've done that before. And then obviously it drops into you doing the putting. But it's just such a funny video.
Did Alex film it, or did you have it on a tripod?
Yeah, she did it with me.
So
she was
crazy.
amazing. Do you know the shirt? She was like, "Oh, do it, see, like working from home,
Right.
and then but that's obviously not come across. But yeah, she was, and then she was like, oh, "Should we do more? Should we do more?" So this is the danger, is that I just carry on. I've purposely never downloaded TikTok for that reason, because I know that once I enter the Batcave, I'll come out Batman.
I was going to say,
Batman.
when Lids and I filmed mine, we actually did have a bit. At the start, I was a bit like, I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. And literally within a few minutes, we were actually just like falling about laughing. It was one of those things. It was just like, just had such a laugh doing it.
It's like the full facade, isn't it? It's just like, TikTok star.
Yeah. The issue with TikTok is the most tragic place probably on earth. That I go on the reels when you send them over, SL, and I'm just like this. I cannot unsee some of the ridiculousness that I've seen.
I mean, in a way, I was taking the piss out of that silhouette challenge in a lot of ways, actually, because.
But the lines are blurred now.
They're ridiculous. Some of those challenges. Imagine. Just this is what I always kind of scan it back to. Imagine being 18 or 17 again, and you're back at sixth form or early university, in a doorway, and then you strip down to your undies and you play seductive music and post it to all your friends. What?
This is the issue.
What?
This is genuinely, this is the issue with that generation, that that's just the avenue forward for them. They're like, oh my gosh, look, imagine that. You're like, I could get hundreds of thousands of views by just like dancing around in my doorway. It's so worrying, isn't it?
People take it
and what I am saying
as well, don't they?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that if I'm that generation, I'm doing the exact same thing. So I'm not criticizing that them doing it. It's just it's like we're so close to that generation. Yeah. Literally just a few years apart, but it is so different. They do these pictures of like me at 15 versus 15-year-olds now that are rocking, Alexander McQueen's, whatever they are. That's right. And I had like one pair of shoes that were my school shoes that were, universal for.
I'd literally been sports direct with Dad, being like, Dad, I'm not having lottos. Are you having a laugh? Do you want me to get bullied? Like, get me the Nikes or the Climacool.
Back in the day, though, like you think about what our teen times were. That was like BBM and like MySpace and Bebo, and like there was all it was like just making shit up on your MySpace and trying to remember all the like putting your songs on and your cursors and your photos and your background.
Every time you went on Ollie Petridi's Bebo, it used to play My Chemical Romance, Welcome to the Black Parade. I'll never forget that song.
But do you know what? That seems like a real blip in life, doesn't it? MSN and even Blackberries. I used to love my BlackBerry. Yeah, I used to love the free messenger. Like, just
everyone sat in lesson like with it behind their book, it's going.
Yeah, and you just post your your BBM number,
pin.
Yeah, it's like add me.
WhatsApp's just completely blown out of the water, though, hasn't it? As well, and then Instagram, when it first came out, was like crazy because all it was just a feed of photos, and now you've got stories, reels, homepage.
Do you remember? It was
like it's just blown up, isn't it?
Al always is like it's like watching a granddad use his phone. Like the recent update where they took away the very obvious like plus button to get to your story. Yeah. I was like, how do I do this? I'm like swiping all over the place. I keep being on reels, being like, why am I on reels? Like,
I remember when they did stories. Do you remember that? Do you remember when they actually launched the ability to do story and everyone was like, oh, Snapchat's gone.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.
That only feels like a couple of years ago.
But like, I feel so bad for like, every now and again, we have this running joke in our family. Like, every now and again, try and teach my dad, Dr. Back Pain, how to use Instagram.
What a page.
And he is like, obviously one of them, really clever bloke, back doctor, specialist, knows a lot about life and cannot get his
Bedfordshire, doesn't he?
Yeah, cannot get his head around Instagram because it changes every 2 days. And every time I show him something, within 3 days, it's changed. And he's literally like, well, I don't know how to do it now.
Yeah. Oh, big sigh. I've got so much love
big
for
sigh.
that.
So basically, the takeaway is probably some more reels-based content to come. And
So we actually had this is just, I'm just looking at the questions about just moving into this topic. We've had Angus Maxfield, Bubba on TikTok, yeah or nah? I thought it was quite a good question to ask considering that. Did you see him doing the TikTok in the bunker?
Oh my God. It's a yeah. Like, why not? It's so cringe, but I just kind of like.
It's awful. It is so cringe. But
Says the man who
not?
got in his undies the other day to do a TikTok.
With all of this, it's like
me. I was in my undies. I was in full golf gear. I was sweating because I'd got changed into all my golf gear.
The thing is, with Bubba, you've got to ask yourself this: is it ironic / satirical, or is it genuine? And if someone looked at you, SL, and mistook your silhouette challenge for serious, it would be like SL's the biggest douchebag ever. But because we know it's on the kind of satirical side, then it's actually the most genius thing ever.
Do you know what? There's no limitations now. Now that one video's out, I'm going for it.
SJ needs to do the next one.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
100%.
you do the next one.
I'll pick a good one for sure.
Love it.
Just leave the underwear ones to me.
SL's going to now claim that all these following of people on the stories are actually just market research for what he can do next.
Yeah. What else is coming on the Insta questions, Ollie?
Yeah, so we've got a few more this week. DT training and nutrition. It's David from the gym. Would you rather a hole in one or win your club championship?
Oh my God. I love these questions so much. I always think they can't get better, but yeah, they can.
So I instantly I've always wanted to hit a hole in one, and I've never been around when anyone's hit a hole in one. And it's just one of those things, isn't it? Winning the club champs. Okay, you win your club champs. Pretty cool. Hole in one is like you're telling your grandkids, aren't you?
Well, okay, different perspective on that. Hole in one, I've never had one either, but I do find that in a club, it's like amazing success for a week. You get your name on a thing and then someone else gets one. And it's kind of just rolls over, doesn't it? The hole in one at the club. It's not really a huge success story. For me, there's something about being on the board, the club champs board. When we sit down for breakfast,
you look round.
Seems like years ago. You look at the board and you're like, 1913, John Smith won the club champs. It's like, that's cool. That is just cool. But you wouldn't know if he got a hole in one or not. So for me, it's club champs.
I'd go club champs as well.
Fair.
I think more common to get a hole in one, weirdly.
I don't think it is. Hole in one is the odds of you getting a hole in one is so small. I know the odds of you winning your club champ as well is also small, but
it's once a year, isn't it?
But there's definitely more people in Bedfordshire have got hole in ones and have won club champs. But I don't know whether that's just a function of the club because the same guys won it for like 15 years in a row.
It's club champs off scratch.
S level.
Yeah, S level.
It's club champs off scratch. Yeah. We actually ended up with an essay from OS on the WhatsApp questions. He said that
I was intrigued by that.
Is there anything else? Can we get some question from someone else?
I was going to go OS and then back to
how means that.
So this is going to cause. I think this might cause some rift in the Lobbers. So the Lazy Lobbers do the caddy race on the 16th at the Waste Management Open. Full bag, tall bags on shoulders, tee box to green, 163 yards. Who wins if OP gives a 3-second head start to the other two? So I'm calling it. I'm winning this. 3 seconds behind.
No way.
Sorry, I just can't work out why you've got to give us 3 seconds.
Because I'm probably definitely going to win if we're just all three together.
What are you talking about?
Right, we should do this then because
I've never heard anything more nonsense in my life.
Complete. I mean, I don't know why you're talking, Sam. You're like giraffe.
I was going to say it's going to take
running down the beach.
3 hours to get going.
This is a 2-horse race.
100% faster than both of you.
SL, we would be taking you to A&E if you ran 167 yards because your heart would not.
What's that? 100 meters? Is it 100 meters?
Yeah.
All right, I'll back myself.
SL
100.
Right.
SJ, not a chance. Don't. Just don't. You're not in this race. You're not. You may as well not start.
So this is the guy that was. I've ran my third ever 5K the other day.
We're not talking 5K.
Mo Farah doesn't run 100 meters. So
He's actually quite
He's
quick.
quicker than you over 100 meters. I say that for free, mate.
Right. Do you know what? People have made this mistake
Let's just
before.
look
Nick
at pure
Herbert,
athletic
listening.
ability. So obviously in his day, Ollie would have been there. But from what I can see, Ollie spends all his time now lifting things directly above his head, and has confessed that he goes for a run and is wheezing after about 5 minutes and everything hurts.
Nothing to do with a 100-meter run, though. I've never been I've never been a long distance runner.
I cannot wait to run 100 meters with everyone. I just simply can't wait.
With
See you on the start line.
Full tour bag.
No.
So SL, you've got to buy a tour bag for this because otherwise it's not fair.
Do you know what? Let's do both.
What I will say
let's do a 100-meter raw. You wear whatever equipment you want, and then let's do 100 meters with a bag.
With the bag, OP will almost certainly come through because of total core stability being
Sort of do agree with that. But then I feel like his knee might just go like this.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. But then I also think that take the bag off.
Take the bag off. It's flat out.
Take the bag off. You're still not winning, SJ.
You're saying 100 meter, take the bag off. No head start for anyone. You still think you're coming up trumps.
Who? SJ.
Back myself fully.
Really?
When we were in Wales on the beach, I was like, let's all have a race, lads. You, Morg, and everyone's like, no, don't fancy it. Discuss.
Didn't you pull your hammy after like 2 meters doing that?
No, I was like, let's all have a race. No one would take me up on the race. It was a pristine flat beach. We were there ready to run. No one wanted a race. And that just says one thing to me, fear.
Let's put some money behind it then. Let's do it. 20 quid ahead.
What I'll do is I will bet £20 that you will come last. Guaranteed.
Me.
You, Sam Levy, you will be
do you know
last.
what? Yeah, okay, fine. Do you know the deal? Let's just deal that now.
If we did this race, this would be the guaranteed order. OS, last place. SL, third place. SJOP, tight, probably SJ by half a length.
I cannot believe this. This is so funny.
Can I put something forward? Going back to what we're saying about the Penfold ball markers. It's between us three and OS. We have got 4 ball markers. I think we run a running race, us 4, and your position gets to choose which ball marker you have.
I'll tell you how happy I am with this. If I was to pick anything to beat someone in, if someone said to me, it was like, challenge me to something that you're definitely going to win. I know you probably wouldn't think this, but it would be a 100-meter race.
Certainly wouldn't be 18 holes of golf. So.
Okay, let's move on to something that we might all agree on. There's going
to be so much editing this week.
Absolutely.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that? I've seen you run into the Badger hole, and it was honestly such a poor technique. I thought, no way.
The thing is, I understand your ignorance because we never worked together. We never played rugby together. OP should know better. He should. You've
got a pretty nice booty on you. To be fair, I could see there being some power in your glutes, but I don't see it overall.
I'm just interested. When was the last time that either of you got up to full speed?
So I've got
regularly.
Again,
I always love sprinting.
Someone challenged me at a work Christmas do a year ago. No, 2 years ago. And he was the fastest guy from Saudi Arabia. He was our head of IT. And I was like,
this is total. You're telling me, right? Sorry, just you raced the fastest man in Saudi Arabia at your work Christmas party.
Correct. And I beat him. On my life, I had to put my CEO's shoes on. He was a size 9, I'm a size 11. Put his M balances, size 9s on, so my toes were crumpled. But that's how much of I was so annoyed at this guy because he was like, I was the fastest kid in Saudi Arabia, and
what does that even mean?
Or something like that.
The fastest kid in Saudi Arabia.
I mean, I've still got the school 200-meter sports day record, so that doesn't really mean too much, does it?
No, you've certainly got wheels, but it's just whether you're past it now with all your back and knee challenges. Frankly,
that does concern me a little bit actually, because I didn't know that. But 100 meters different. Doesn't matter. I still back myself. The funny thing with that Christmas do is he then raced me. He challenged me again, and cheated. So he left about like two steps ahead of me. You know, when they're like 3, 2, and he's gone. Those people. That's SJ.
This is so exciting.
I was like running.
Will I be practicing sprints between now and then? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Make no mistake
We're
about
actually gonna have
I'm
no
literally
more
buying
time.
spikes. I'm buying
Right,
spikes.
Right. Moving on from the competitiveness that we never say we're very competitive at anything, and then we're literally digging each other out. Nick M. Graham, thoughts on crushing hard seltzers at the golf course? Hopefully, we'll agree on this one. That is, I think, it's our drink of choice round the
compulsory.
golf course now.
It's compulsory.
100%.
Shan't be bringing beers anymore. I'll be bringing the Berksies. Just whilst we're on Nick Graham, happy birthday, Nick Graham, and also Ali Graham today.
Okay, last instance question for this week. Might be another competitive one, but I'm not sure. Lazy Lobbers match play, alternate shot. Your playing partners are your significant others. Who's winning and why?
I.e. Alex, Lydia, and Alice.
Yes.
Well, we kind of did this at Christmas. I'm going to use the data set to back myself and Alice.
Did you win? I thought we won.
Yeah, they actually. I think they did.
Oh, no, you
but I
didn't.
think there was a big. I think SJ didn't really understand the scoring or something, but he just.
Oh,
declared
no,
himself a
Alex didn't
winner.
play. It was just me. And I just said I wouldn't
That was
score.
quite tough. Yeah,
Right.
to be fair, we don't know what Alex is like at all. And
She might be a dark horse.
to be fair to Alice Thomas, she went par bogey,
Yeah.
gross, but then actually lost the ability to hit the ball. Like she physically couldn't hit the ball. So on alternate shots, that could be dangerous.
Lids really likes putting, and she's good at putting, but it's like the drive off the tee, she gets the knee wobbles. So
Lids is quite powerful. So if you got a swing going, she might hit it quite far.
I love how this is way less competitive than the running race. That actually got the golf.
Because I think we're all very much realised that we are all of a standard, which is okay. As soon as we get the wives' partners involved, there's a bit of a downfall, isn't there? There's a big pitfall in reliability.
If they're listening, I'm not subscribing to that.
Explain what you mean, SL.
She's just gone and keyed your car. She's heard you, and she's...
Yeah, I mean, what do I mean? Alice came off that thing and was like, "I'm never playing golf again." after hitting about 5 shots into the ground and missing the ball on the 18th. But she was good. Like the 5th shot was amazing. It went straight into the green after she'd given up.
It's just facts out of your control, isn't it? Like, and I know that nothing gets sort of Al more annoyed than me being annoyed about not winning something. So it immediately dials down the competitive streak. But when you just say, like, are you physically a better specimen than OP and SL, that's when I get real revved up.
So you just going back to it, you think you can beat me no head start?
Me?
No, SJ.
Yeah, yes, I do.
Because I'm happy to take away the head start, but I just think it's all the more embarrassing. I give you the head start and I still win.
Well, no, of course I want a head start.
You still want the head start?
Ridiculous. No, I don't want a head start.
You don't?
Well, no, it's a fair race. It's
Okay. Why do I want a head start?
When
we play golf, we don't let you play off
I was
the
going
red
to train. I was going to
so-
train this afternoon, but now there's absolutely no reason I need to train.
Right, this is ridiculous.
Right,
I need to go off and train.
So we wrap up, SJ.
Thanks everyone for listening. That was season 1, episode 5, take 1 of Confessions of an Average Golfer by the Lazy Lobbers. See you next time.
Cheers,
We need
guys.
to do a poll. Cheers,
Who's gonna
everyone. Yeah, who's going to win?
Bye.
Poll.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.